Roberto Clemente, a line drive and a lighthouse. A right fielder with an arm like thunder and a heart like a harbor. A man who could turn a line drive into a lesson and a uniform into a promise. He played baseball as if it were a language, and he spoke it fluently, across borders, across eras, across doubt. And on a dark December night, on a mercy mission he refused to cancel, the ocean kept what the game could never lose, his example. This is Roberto Clemente, skill sharpened by struggle, greatness lit by service. A line drive and a lighthouse. Some legends win the game by 9. Some win it later, by design. Roberto Enrique Clemente Walker was born on August 18th, 1934 in Carolina, Puerto Rico, the youngest of 7. His father, Melchor, loaded trucks in the sugarcane fields. His mother, Luisa, kept the home steady with faith and work. Money was scarce, ambition wasn't. He grew up in barrio streets with bottle cap bowls and broom handle bats. The island gave him rhythm. The chores gave him shoulders. He ran track in high school, threw javelin, and learned to drive a baseball through gaps as if painting with speed. At 17, he signed with the Santurce Cangrejeros in Puerto Rico's Winter League, where men twice his age learned to stop testing him. In 1954, a Dodgers scout saw more than power. He saw presence. Clemente signed a deal, went stateside to the Triple-A Montreal Royals, and was snapped up by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the Rule 5 draft. New language, new weather, same mission. Rookie seasons are rarely gentle. In 1955, he was 20 and stubborn about his standards. Mainland America met him with accents and assumptions. Some writers anglicized his name to Bob. He pushed back. My name is Roberto. Some pitchers tested him inside. He wore bruises like quiet medals. An off-season car accident left lingering back pain. He played through vertigo and stomach ailments. When he admitted pain, some called him a hypochondriac. He didn't sue for sympathy. He swung. He battled loneliness in a language that wasn't his first, and the cold that bites a Caribbean kid in April. He learned to hit pitches other hitters avoided, high fastballs, outside sinkers, and to defend right field with a cannon that bent base coaches' courage. He learned that winter sharpens will, and silence is a kind of skill. The 1960 season lifted Pittsburgh, and it clarified Clemente. He hit .314, earned his first All-Star nod, and in the World Series against the mighty Yankees, he singled in all 7 games. Bill Mazeroski's walk-off home run became the Polaroid. Clemente's consistency was the frame. From there, the awards began to stack. His first batting title in 1961, Gold Gloves. 12 straight from 1961 to 1972, stitched like certainty into his sleeve. He stopped chasing attention. He started forcing respect. In 1966, the National League named him MVP. .317 average, 29 home runs, 119 RBIs. Outfield throws that wrote their own editorials. The numbers were proof. The posture was prophecy. He didn't grow more loud than doubt. He grew so good, it had to shout. October 1971, World Series, Pirates versus Orioles. Clemente turned autumn into a highlight reel, batting .414. patrolling right field like a tide. In Game 7, he homered off Mike Cuellar, a solo strike that set the tone. Steve Blass closed it on the mound, but the series belonged to Roberto. He was named World Series MVP at 37. Grace aging like cedar, not glass. Statues are built from seasons like these. 15-time All-Star, 12 Gold Gloves, 4 batting titles, 1961, 1964, 1965, 1967. Lifetime 317 average. 2 World Series rings. 1960, 1971. September 30th, 1972. The moment that sounds like a bell. Hit number 3000. A blazing double off the Mets' John Matlack at Three Rivers Stadium. Helmet off, eyes lifted, a city exhaled. 1,000 swings teach hands to see. The 3000th says, let it be. Greatness invites scrutiny. Clemente bristled at stereotypes. Temperamental, moody. Labels hung on many players of color who demanded dignity. He insisted on pronunciation, on presence, on the right to be more than a headline. Some writers resented the lessons, others learned. He kept receipts on injustice. In 1968, after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, Clemente advocated that baseball honor the moment with delay and respect. He never shouted. He insisted. That was enough to be controversial in some rooms. He carried injuries across seasons. He carried Puerto Rico across borders. When criticized for charity appearing public, he answered with action that outlived the critique. He left us blueprints in simple sentences, on purpose, to reporters late in his career, speaking about service and responsibility. Anytime you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, then you are wasting your time on earth. On identity and pride, I want to be remembered as a ball player who gave all he had to give. On what the jersey meant, when I put on my uniform, I feel I am the proudest man on earth. A quote is short. A life is long, but some short lines can steer the strong. His duels weren't only with pitchers like Drysdale or Gibson, though he faced them and thrived. His fiercest fights were quieter, against the brushback pitch of bias, when Roberto got shortened and his story got simplified, against the curveball of distance, helping Latin American players navigate language and life in the big leagues, against the slider of cynicism, making charity normal at ballplayer scale. He served in the U.S. Marine Corps Reserve from 1958 to 1964. Discipline on top of discipline. He brought clinics to children, boxes to families, and credibility to a generation of Latino stars who would say later, because he stood there, we could step there. He fought with kindness as a craft and threw out doubt from deep in right. An earthquake struck Nicaragua days before New Year's. Relief supplies were getting stuck in the hands of officials. He worried they wouldn't reach the people. He decided to go himself. The Douglas DC-7 overloaded, engine suspect, lifted from San Juan and failed. It crashed into the sea shortly after takeoff. Roberto Clemente was 48. His body was never recovered. Grief has a geography. Puerto Rico wept. Pittsburgh stood still. Ball fields everywhere held their breath. Baseball did something it almost never does. It waived the 5-year waiting period. In 1973, Roberto Clemente was elected to the Hall of Fame. That same year, Major League Baseball created the Roberto Clemente Award, given annually to the player who best represents baseball through character, community involvement, philanthropy, and positive contributions on and off the field. Number 21 became a movement on jerseys, on murals, in marches. To this day, players wear 21 on Roberto Clemente Day, and kids who never saw him play say his name like a prayer for what an athlete can be. A plane went down, a standard rose. The game moved on. The meaning grows. He didn't just tally hits. He taught a sport how to see. He made space for Latino and Caribbean players to be stars without surrendering their names or narratives. He proved that the arm in right field could be a lighthouse, and that the heart inside the jersey could redraw the outfield fence. In Pittsburgh, he's a bridge and a statue. In Puerto Rico, he is a son and a story. In clubhouses, he is a standard. Play hard, play right, serve beyond the scoreboard. When a player quietly pays a hospital bill, when a team shows up for a food drive, when a kid keeps practicing in 2 languages, there's a thread with 21 on it. He showed that greatness wears 2 shoes. One for winning, one for use. Picture him in right field, sun in his eyes, dirt on his knees, the throw already in his mind before the ball kisses leather. Picture him at a microphone, soft voice, firm values. Picture a December night, boxes of hope, a decision made, a cost accepted. Heroes hit home runs, legends change home. If you ever wonder what to do with talent, with time, with the chance you've been given, remember the sentence he left like a lighthouse on a dark coast. Anytime you have an opportunity to make a difference in this world and you don't, then you are wasting your time on Earth.